Yo, you already know what it is, man. It's your boy Domrick, man. And look, now I don't know what it is about these 6'5s, but I think they might be one of the most slept on heights when it comes to builds in 2K. And I gotta be honest, I can't remember making a 6'5 build in any 2K that I didn't thoroughly enjoy. Literally every 6'5 guard I've made has been a blast to use out there in the rec and just a ton of fun to hoop on, because it's like you're right in the middle of being a big guard and a small guard. And even though you don't get the small guard animations, you got that extra speed and the way you can move with the big guard SIGs. It just brings a whole different type of vibe to a guard build. Now, when I went into the build, I was thinking like, okay, I'm gonna make a Jamal Crawford type of build. So obviously, you know, you got the 6'5 height, and of course, you got to be able to handle the rock, pass the rock, and you know, you got to be able to shoot the rock. And the finishing is there too, so don't sleep. But the cool thing about this build is that if you like making your player look like, you know, NBA players and switching between the face scans and all that, with the body types that this build gets, I can use this build as like a Jamal Crawford, or I could go ahead and switch it up and be like a James Harden, because the skill sets and the play styles are pretty similar. But I'm gonna get into the builder and break the build down for y'all. Then of course, I'm gonna give y'all all the SIGs, the jump shots that I'm running, and then we're gonna get into some gameplay and talk about the pros and the cons of the build as well. So y'all can see we're gonna go with the 6'5 point guard, 194 on the weight, and a 6'9 wingspan. Now for the finishing on this build, y'all already know how I get down, man. Nothing out of the norm here. So we're gonna rock out with the 85 driving layup. That's the bare minimum. And then we're also gonna have the 50 driving dunk, 45 standing dunk. And that's nothing crazy, but it's gonna unlock those animations so we can get a dunk if we're on a fast break, or we get a clear lane to the rack. But our most effective tool when it comes to finishing is gonna be that driving layup. And like I said, if you use the high risk option, you're gonna be able to convert a lot of contact layups in traffic. So if you really wanna get the most out of that 85 rating, you gotta go in the lab, learn your animations, learn your timing, and then turn it on high risk. Trust me, it's well worth it. Now for the shooting on this build, y'all already know what time it is, man. You can't be a Jamal Crawford build if you can't shoot that rock. And y'all know Jamal can shoot that thing from anywhere, but for my play style, y'all know I gotta put the emphasis on the midi. So we're gonna go with an 85 3 ball, and we're gonna start with the 91 midi, and then I'm gonna use 5 cap breakers to push it to a 96. And with that, we're getting all Hall of Fame shooting badges. So we're talking about Hall of Fame Shifty, Hall of Fame Deadeye, Set Shot. So we're gonna be a dangerous shooter all the way around. It's not only in the mid-range either, because with a badge like Hall of Fame Shifty Shooter, even though we only have an 85 3, we're still gonna be able to consistently shoot step back threes and even pull up threes. And y'all can see in these clips, it's kind of hard to contest me. I'm not the tallest player, but at 6'5, I'm taller than most point guards. So that allows me to rise up over them and be unfazed even when they're in my vicinity. And with the ability to +1 Deadeye to Legend, bro, it gets real scary, man, I'm telling you. And one of the main reasons why I wanted to make this build is for that Kobe pull-up. And that's one of my favorite pull-up animations in the game because it's so hard to contest it. And y'all see the lift and the drift that this animation gets. So all it takes is to get a step on the defense and they're pretty much done, man. You might as well count it. Now, as always, man, y'all know I ain't making no damn point guard that can't pass the ball. And by pass the ball, I mean you gotta have at least an 89. And yeah, I mean, you can get away with an 85 and stuff like that. But if you really play point guard and you really pass the ball, you know there's a big difference between an 85 and an 89. And that's coming from somebody who uses builds with 99 passing all the way down to 85 on a daily basis. And I'm switching back and forth through these all day long. And I'm telling y'all, you can instantly feel the differences. Now, of course, it depends on your play style and the types of passes that you like to make. But personally, I'm not running the point with anything less than an 89. But we're also going to have that 92 ball handle, 86 speed with ball. And then we're going to use 2 cap breakers to push the ball handle to a 94. And that's going to get us Gold Ankle Assassin and Hall of Fame handles for days. And if you know anything about Jamal Crawford, you know those are 2 badges that are essential to his playstyle. Now, this is strictly an offensive build. So when it comes to the defensive side, we're going to have the bare minimum. We're going to have some bronze badges, bronze on-ball menace, challenger. So we're going to be able to play some defense, but we're not going to be a guaranteed stop. And when you want a build that's as powerful offensively as this one is, that's just a sacrifice you have to be willing to make. Now, can this be risky if you're going out there and playing with randoms? Of course, because when you're playing with randoms, bro, you want to have some defense on your build. Because dudes ain't always going to have your back or be willing to help you if you get beat off the dribble and things like that. So you want to be able to hold your own. But I bring these type of builds out there to the rec all the time. And for the most part, you're not going to come up across that real demon who's going to fry your ass. So this is what works for me, and it's what I have fun using out there. But like I always say, bro, the best defense on these type of builds is your offense. So if your offensive game ain't really up there as yet, there's really no point in making this build. Because the build can only take you so far. You got to be able to get yourself open. You got to be able to make reads. You got to be able to pass the ball. And you really can't afford to have a bad game. Because if you're not contributing offensively, you're probably not contributing defensively either. So if you want to make these star player type of builds, then you know they come with star player responsibilities. So you got to make sure you stay locked in and get the job done. So now we're gonna get into some gameplay here, man. Now this is squad rec, but I'm only in here with one of my boys and it's, you know, 3 other randoms. And that's a really risky thing to do, because y'all know how it is with these groups of 3s. They like to play a lot of buddy ball. But I'm at the point, my boy's at the center. So as long as we get matched up with people who are actually trying to play and actually trying to win, we should be straight. But right here, I get a couple of screens and I don't know what kind of defense they're playing or if he thought I was going to run into him or something like that. But I'm able to walk right into an easy pull-up 3 and I get it to go. Now, one thing I like to do is come up off the ball early and give other people a chance to create some offense. Because the last thing you want to do is have these dudes thinking that you're a ball hog or you're not going to pass the ball. And you want to let people get a rhythm too. But look, if I see opportunities to score, best believe I'm going to take them. Because the way I see and the way I play the game, I don't force anything. And I can't stand when people try to force shit on my team. You hit a motherfucker wide open in the corner. They got the marksman takeover icon on their player and all that. So you know they can shoot, but instead of shooting a wide open shot, they gonna challenge the big man and try to dunk on him. And these dudes that dribble the whole clock out trying to get a 3 up are just as bad, bro. It's like, yo, the middies right there, and sometimes they're playing you so high that it only makes sense to drive by and go take the 2. And granted, you're getting stops on the other end. If you take that 2 enough times, that 3 ball is gonna open up. Because now they're going to be in a position where they can't afford to give anything up. But as y'all can see, man, there's 3 seconds left in the quarter. Now my boy's going to hit me right here. And I step in just to avoid a jump closeout or anything like that. And I'm able to knock it down. But we're going to fast forward to the end of the 3rd quarter here. And y'all can see we're actually down by 4. But I'm going to catch the ball right here on the break. Get an easy pull-up 3 to go. And we cut the lead to 1 going into the 4th quarter. Now y'all can see at this point in the game, I got 27 points on 83% shooting, but instead of hitting a hot hand in the corner, this man's gonna try to go up with a contact though. And look, if we're up by a lot, I get it. You're a slasher on a fast break. You wanna get your dunks in, it's cool. But when the game is close and tied up, you gotta make smarter plays than that. But he's gonna pull up right here and miss it. My boy Sonny gets the board, kicks it out to me. And you know I gotta knock that down, bro. I'm trying to win this game. Cause God knows I be taking the most unnecessary L's in the rec, bro. It makes no sense. But we up 59-58 with about 3 minutes left in the game. I'm gonna beat my man right here, and I was thinking about going into a midi pull-up, but the big man steps up, leaves my boy open in the corner, and you know he's gonna knock that down, man. So now we up 3 with 25 seconds left in the game, and they throw a bad pass right there. He intercepts it, hits my boy with the lob on the break, and that puts us up 5 with 20 seconds left. But as usual, man, you know, somebody gives up a 3, so now we gotta play the free throw game. And in the back of my mind, I'm just hoping that 2K doesn't hold me, because I don't know what's going on with the free throws like I've been telling y'all. And it actually got worse, because before, yeah, I would have a 90 free throw and I'd miss like a 95% or whatever it is, but the other day I actually missed a 100% free throw, bro. Like, I don't know what it is, but 2K gotta be trolling with that shit. But thankfully, I was able to knock them down in this game, and we got out of there with the dub. But I got another gameplay for y'all, and again, I'm out here with my boy Sonny. I'm at the point, he's at the center, and again, we're out here with 3 other randoms, and we're gonna try to get this dub. Now off the rip, I'm already knowing this is going to be an easy game and I'm going to get some easy buckets, because look at how he's playing D. I'm trying to bring the ball up and he's just spamming me. Nobody who's decent at the game or anybody who actually has a functioning brain is going to play the game that way. Now a situation like this right here is where you see that lack of agility and even that lack of speed. I mean, it doesn't really lack speed, but you know, when you're going against guards and smaller guards, 82 speed is gonna hurt you a little bit. And when these smaller guards start running around the perimeter, it can get kind of hard to keep up. So they're killing us on the boards right now, but luckily for us, they're missing some wide open looks. Now right here, I see my man's defender's out of place, and he kind of has like a 2-on-1 situation going on. So I throw the ball up the court because that's a play to be made. Once he attacks that open space, it's either a dunk or the corner man is going to have to drop and help, and that's an easy assist for a wide open three. So we down 19-26 right here, but I'm going to take my time bringing the ball up the court. And look, I'm going to back it out, wait for my big man to come set it, and if they want to play drop coverage, I'm going to walk into an easy midi pull-up every time. Now look, big man sets me to pick right here, and I'm about to walk into an easy pull-up three, but for some reason this dude wants to wrap up out the corner. And when you see things like that happening, that tells you that people aren't paying attention. They're not seeing what's going on during the game. So at the half, we're up 2, and y'all can see we're playing a much more efficient game than the other team. Now that shot right there, that shows you the power of these shot creative builds, man. Anytime you need a bucket, you can get to one of them hop jumpers, create enough room, and get a good look off. Now I like this play right here because it kind of shows how you can left stick dribble behind the screen and find an opening, but I ended up smoking the shot. But you know, thankfully the big man got the board and we still got the bucket. Now again, y'all see how he's playing D. He's just doing a lot of reaching, a lot of spamming, and I'm just walking into easy buckets. Now pay attention to this right here. What is this man doing, bro? Like, how is that? Like, how do you think that's good defense? Like, what are you doing? I want to know if any of his teammates told him, like, yo, stop reaching, bro. That dude that flopped is probably that one teammate that's yelling in his ear telling him to stop reaching. So y'all can see we ended up getting out of there with the dub. We just played a more efficient team game, and they were more so relying on one guy to take him home, and he just ended up having a bad game. Now, before I get out of here, I'm gonna give y'all the SIGs and the jump shot that I'm running on this build. And if you've been following me on Twitter, you've been seeing me talk about how I'm not really using customs like that anymore. I'm more so using the regular NBA player jump shots. So when y'all see Benedict Mathurin here, this is just straight Benedict Mathurin. No edits, no custom. Just go to the store, buy it, equip it. But other than that, man, as always, I appreciate all the support. Let me know what y'all think about the build and the gameplays in the comments. And if you ain't following me on Twitter, be sure to give me a follow over there at BeLikeDom. And y'all already know what it is, man. Stay up. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one.